would have more fucking pride and more fucking dignity than to go over there in another sector like that and just show up. It's ironic that you bitches can show up in a chat under your real accounts when you're over there clout chasing. Ain't that right? Real life is not in cyberspace. See, bitch, the only time what happened to you as a moderator for Grown Folks TV? It seems the only fucking time anybody sees you, you fucking mangy fucking mulatto mutt that is still. Let me tell you something, bitch. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many chats you pull up on. It's not going to erase your wholeness on YouTube. Does not get deleted. You fucked and sucked Grandmaster Troll's dick. You fucked and sucked Lord Gaelick's dick. You went from that to fucking another nigga on fucking YouTube. At the end of the day, you still ended up a broke ass bitch despite your education. You know what you were? You were a highly educated bitch that doesn't have the fucking money to fucking show for it. And to prove that you're a broke ass bitch, you had to get up here and have a silent fucking auction. You know what the silent auction was about, bitch? The silent auction was because you were too fucking embarrassed to beg for a car verbally. That's how embarrassed you were. So you weren't going to say anything. So as far as I'm concerned, you were a waste of mulatto privilege. When you end up in your fucking 40s and you've got to fucking resort to fucking every fucking weirdo on fucking YouTube. You know what your problem has been, bitch? You don't get mulatto privilege with me, bitch. You would be the equivalent of white trash. That's what you would be. You'd never be accepted by your daddy's kind, that's for sure. And you haven't gotten over it. Guess what, bitch? The fact of the matter is, you can't change it. I'm not responsible for who the fuck. I'm not responsible for the cock your mother chose to suck. And like I said tonight, bitch, despite your mother making the decision to suck a white dick, she didn't choose any fucking better, bitch. She didn't level up. She ended up filing for bankruptcy twice, bitch. So apparently, that's what she passed on to you. Her piss poor spending habits. The other reason why you're in your fucking feelings is because when I doxed your motherfucking ass, bitch, after you had been over there doxing me, right? I found out that you left New York City before you moved to the country in one of the poorest towns in South Carolina. You like to talk about being an actress, right? Well, if you were any good at it, how did yours end up on the sheriff's sale list? I exposed that too, right? And I also exposed the debt that you had when you left New York City, which is exactly where your mother filed 2 fucking bankruptcies. Tell me how somebody that highly educated ends up filing for fucking bankruptcy. So that's interesting. Your mother is highly educated, has all of these college degrees, but nonetheless, she ended up filing 2 fucking bankruptcies. You are the byproduct of your mother's decision to date interracially, right? But what's interesting is you often talk about me being in search of a white knight. Well, isn't that your mother's story? Isn't that how you came to be? So tell me, if it was so beneficial for your mother, and if you were raised by a bitch that was so much better than my mother, how does she end up filing for bankruptcy twice? And your daddy is white. So, with that being said, your mother is highly educated, and nonetheless, she ends up filing for bankruptcy twice, just like I did. A hood rat, right? A bitch that's been in prison for 8 years. Well, what excuse does your mother have? Other than the fact that the bitch doesn't pay her bills and she's a bitch that was living beyond her means. That means her spending habits were no different than mine. And I grew up in the fucking projects. So the only fucking privilege that you've had that has ever given you the fucking advantage, it certainly hasn't been money. You get up here and you talk like you're so well cultured and you're so well traveled. It wouldn't surprise me, bitch, if you don't even have a passport. It wouldn't surprise me if you've never left the fucking country. Bitches like you end up getting ran through by black men in the neighborhood that are impressed with your light skin. Me, bitch, not so much. And you've always been in your feelings about that. So that's the reason why you can ha-ha and kiki. And Nyla says his face, right? Even though she doxed you before I did. And you are 100% aware that she was right there when I was doxing your family. Ha-ha and kiki. In the amen section in my chat room. So that's interesting. So, therefore, it can't be me actually doxing you. That still has you in your feelings. No, bitch, what you expected was to get the white privilege like you do when you're over there on ZX's platform. That is until you got out of the line when it came to Phi Babe. Because technically, at the end of the day, ZX knows there's nothing that you can do for his fucking platform. The interesting thing is, you got that cue. All of a sudden, it's who, bitch. If you can who me, you can fucking hear, bitch. And I see you fell into position just like the rest of the stupid bitches. So, unless you can do something for ZX's platform, your privilege over there is going to be very short-lived as well, bitch. What's interesting is, this bitch that, China, how much did you spend for vaginal reconstruction? Let's talk about your vaginal reconstructive surgery due to your vaginal prolapse. Why don't you